In this video, I'm going to share with you different formats and ideas for how to structure and deliver effectively a group coaching program. Before I get into all the different structures and formats and ways that you can create a group coaching program, first just want to emphasize how powerful it is for a business to do group coaching. The reasons that it's so beneficial is, number one, it leverages your time. So you're no longer delivering the same thing over and over again to different people. Instead, you're leveraging your time by delivering that same content in a group format. But another piece that people often overlook is that group coaching, I believe, to be even more valuable than one-on-one. See, in our culture, especially in the coaching industry, there's kind of a belief that one-on-one is better than group and that you pay more to have more access to have that one-on-one experience. However, what I've discovered since shifting to a group model is that there's something magical that happens when you bring together amazing people and you create a community and you create a culture with certain values and sharing best practices and people cross-pollinating with each other that you could never produce just by yourself. So it's not just good for you to have a group coaching program for your time, for your income, although it is, it's also really good for your clients too. So as we dive into the strategies for structuring your group coaching program, the first thing I want to highlight are some of the problems and pain points and challenges that I faced and that you might face as you're trying to figure it out. The first thing to keep in mind is that in a group model, it's even more important that you be energy rich. So if you create a structure that you don't enjoy, that's not going to happen. You're going to struggle because that energy that feeds the group is going to be felt by them. So the first and most important thing we want to do is consider that whatever we create, it's got to be energy rich and joyful for you. It has to be aligned with the way that you are, with the way that you like to deliver. Another thing, before I get into the specific strategies that's really important, is to remember that this is an evolution. When it comes to groups, there's a group dynamic that you can't ignore. You have to take that into account. And so your group is probably going to evolve and change from where you start. You can create a great foundation with this video with me, but then be open, be flexible to the needs and the feedback and the evolving interests of your group. All right, you ready? Let's go. So in the interest of having this be something that feels energy rich for you and aligned, the first thing we want to think about is how much time do you want to spend leading this group program? Is this something that is going to be your primary focus, or is it going to be a side thing that you're adding to the mix? So number one, really getting a sense of, is this something you can invest a lot of time in? In a group coaching program, at some point, you're going to have group meetings. You're going to have events. Are you willing to do 3 days of a retreat, or one call a week, or one call every other week? So first, take a look at what are your needs and what do you have available to invest in this? Once you have a sense of what kind of time you have to invest in this, another thing you'll want to think about is, what is it that you enjoy doing? Do you enjoy leading a mastermind call? Do you enjoy facilitating a conversation? Do you enjoy creating content and presenting it? So think about what formats are exciting for you, what formats you enjoy, and not trying to think about only what the client needs, but first and foremost, what are you best at? I'm not going to get deep into this part here, but one thing to consider is, what are your strengths? What's your personality type? So we use these tests to get a sense of what you like most, what you do best, and then build the structure around that. So if you don't have clarity about that, I would definitely go back and do some of that work first. Another thing you'll want to think about is, how many people are you going to serve, and who are these people? When I started my group coaching program for the very first time, I had 4 clients initially, then I grew to 10 clients, and then in June of 2016, I grew to almost 40 clients all in one weekend. That was a very big achievement that we made, right? To sell those and enroll that many people all at once. But it was very, very difficult on the system. It was a strain on the system and on the structure that I had created. My structure couldn't handle 17 brand new clients all at once. So that's another thing you'll want to think about. How many people and what's your enrollment process look like? Are you going to enroll people over time, one at a time, at any time, what we call open enrollment? Or are you going to have closed enrollment, where you enroll people just at specific times? I highly encourage you also to consider, how will you be enrolling these people to make sure that they're a right fit for your program? See, group coaching is an amazing model, but like I said earlier, it depends on the magic of the group. So if you have people who are not a fit for the group, it's gonna hurt the group. You really need to make sure that you're enrolling the right fit people who will bring value to the table, not just take value from the group. So that brings me to the conversation about the model. What kind of group coaching program? I'll share with you that I've seen a lot of different models work, but usually they have some combination of these elements. Some sort of gathering or gatherings and events. In my program, we have the 4 retreats 4 times a year that are for enrollment, and then people enroll into the 1-year group coaching program, and they can come back to one of those 4 retreats anytime they want. So that's a piece of the value proposition of the 1-year program. Also, in addition to that, we have specific exclusive events just for those people who are in the group coaching program. We have 3. We have 2 what we call family vacations, where we gather and we do deep interpersonal work. And then we do something called Performance Academy, where we bring everybody to a studio and we film and we get video footage and headshots and all that sort of fun stuff. Get creative is another thing. If you can create valuable experiences where people bond deeply and really start to value and see each other and exchange information and contacts and ideas and things like that, you're much more likely to have people renew and stay beyond that first initial period. So what I'm saying, long story short, is you want to figure out the format that's not only going to serve them and give them that outcome that they need and want, but is also going to create those bonds so that you can retain people over a longer period of time. Speaking of formats also, I have another video called How to Run Group Coaching Sessions, where I specifically talk about different delivery formats. So I'm not going to go deep into those here, but I invite you to watch that other video. The last thing I want to talk about is the price point. There's an association between pricing based on the hours that you give and the sessions that you give versus charging or pricing based on outcomes. And so I really want to invite you into a whole new paradigm around pricing, one that's based on outcomes, not hours. And I highly encourage you to consider pricing based on that value rather than based on all these inputs. That might help you to raise your price point. And if you're struggling with that, then go ahead and watch some of my videos on personal branding, where I show you the importance of having a specific, unique methodology to achieve great outcomes so that you can raise your price points and focus on the value you deliver rather than on the hours that you're expending. Above all, as you create this program, honor yourself, honor your own needs, honor your self-care, your time, your lifestyle, your financial needs. I really invite you to start from that place and honor yourself first before you go and create something for your clients. And if you want to learn more about this, you're interested in maybe working with me to help you design your group coaching program, then go ahead and visit superstardiscoverycall.com. There's a link below, and sign up for a quick call with me. We'll check in and see if and how I can give you some ideas, some perspectives, some value. And if it feels like a right fit, we can talk about if and how I might be able to support you even further.